I'm Chris Green, Chief Editor at Tech Africa News. We're here at AfricaCom 2022 and I'm delighted to be talking to Nurani Nimpuno of Lynx. Nurani, welcome and good to see you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here.
It's nice to be back, isn't it?
Yeah, wonderful.
We're glad to see you at AfricaCom 2022. Why did you decide to come and what are you looking to showcase while you're here?
Well, so Lynx has been present in Africa for many years actually, and we've been coming to events supporting local communities, but also actually supporting networks connecting to Lynx. So Lynx is an internet exchange point based in London, but we're really one of the largest hubs in the world. So that means that we interconnect networks from all over the world, including Africa.
Okay, that's sort of very interesting. So you mentioned about Nairobi, you recently announced a new project in Nairobi. Can you tell us a bit more about it and why did you choose Nairobi?
Yes, so Lynx as an interconnection hub, we try to facilitate the exchange of traffic between networks. And one of our missions really is to do what's good for the internet and to keep local traffic local. So we've had networks connect into London from Africa for many, many years. But really, when looking at how to best exchange that traffic, we're really looking at how can we do that as close to the end user as possible. So for Lynx, we wanted to see how we could come and support Africa, but actually on the African continent. And Nairobi was one of those clear cases of a growing hub with a lot of potential actually to serve not just Kenya, but all of East Africa. So we chose to go into Nairobi and build an exchange point in Nairobi to serve the entire local ecosystem in Kenya and all of East Africa and work with local partners to expand that. So instead of actually having that traffic leave the continent and being exchanged up in Europe or elsewhere, to actually keep that traffic locally on the continent.
Yeah, and of course that makes total logical sense with the way that you've explained it.
Absolutely, and it's in some cases it's really about performance. Instead of sending that traffic far away before it comes back to be exchanged locally, it's also about latency and speed, but also cost actually. Yeah. So instead of handing that money off to a third party and have it leave the country or the continent, you can actually keep that money on the continent and keep reinvesting locally. Which
all helps, especially in Africa. You have an interesting product in Jeddah, JEDIX with STC. How is this project going and can you tell us a bit more about it?
Yeah, so that was actually one that grew organically in some ways because we had a local partner who came to us who again wanted to see how can we actually grow this local ecosystem and how can we have Lynx support that. So we partnered with STC and provided them with an internet exchange point. They had the local knowledge, but we had the international experience and also 25 plus years of running exchange points. So we launched a few years ago and it was slow at start, but now it's become one of the largest hubs in the region. So we're very, very pleased with the development and we can see that it's only going to grow from there. So.
And of course, Saudi Arabia is now becoming far more focused on growth in areas like this than it has been in the past. So the fact you've already established there must be a real positive benefit for you. Absolutely,
and we'd really like to be part of that journey. And it's part of it is obviously growing the local ecosystem, but part of it is also actually attracting the international players. And that's where we think, because we've got close to 1,000 customers connected at Lynx IXPs, because we have those relationships and we already have those customers, getting them to see the value of interconnecting in the Middle East is somewhere where we can play a positive role.
Yeah, that really leads nicely into my sort of next question. What other success stories do you have at Lynx globally?
So for Lynx, we are hitting peak traffic levels actually even in London, in our regional IXPs all over the UK. So we're very positive about those hubs, even though they've been established for many, many years, they're still growing. So that's amazing to see. But we also think as an internet exchange point, we're uniquely positioned to actually provide a host of value-adding services. We already have everyone interconnecting at Lynx IXPs. So by providing Cloud Connect and other value-adding interconnection options, we think that we can do a lot more actually to serve customers. So Cloud Connect is one of the ones where we've seen enormous interest, and we're one of the few providers of the Microsoft Azure Maps service, peering service in London, and we've had huge interest in that.
Yeah.
So we can only see that growing, and same with all the other value-adding interconnection services. We think that that's really where the future lies for IXPs, and we want to lie at the forefront there of that development.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. So it's sort of worth sort of keeping an eye on sort of what you do and how it sort of develops. And of course, so how do you see the future for Lynx? How do you see yourself sort of being in a number of years' time?
Well, so I think there are two parts. One is we can see huge interest all over the world actually in internet exchange points. That Africa is one of the markets that's underserved when it comes to exchange points, Latin America as well, but many places actually in the world. So if there are markets where we can do good by offering exchange point services, that's something we're definitely keen to do. So that's one part, looking at where else can we provide Lynx services in a way that promotes that local ecosystem and grows that local market. And then the other part is in the product development, that exchange points used to be very simple interconnection hubs, maybe 10, 15 years ago. Yeah. But now we are one of the exchange points leading the way in developing these other value-adding services. And we think that that's also where the product lies, and the future lies, because many of our customers already are members of Lynx. They're already interacting with us. They already have access to our portal. If they can do everything through one-stop shop, we're making their lives easier. And for us, that's really where we are looking, not just, what can Lynx do, but what can we do to make the lives of our customers easier.
And at the end of the day, that's what's important. It's really, yes, always is the value-added services that really make the difference, don't they?
Exactly, yeah, absolutely.
Right, it's been very interesting talking to you. I look forward to sort of seeing how Lynx develops and where you end up in the future. Perhaps we can catch up again in a year's time back here and see how things have developed and move forward for you.
Yeah, would love to. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you very much. I'm Chris Green for Tech Africa News here at AfricaCom 2022. You can find further information and more live interviews on our website, techafricanews.com.